Just waiting to even begin the dynamic process, right? So that's my thinking. I like using the air in some, instances first thing because it's an immediate action. What's up, YouTube? I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. We're back with another video, and I've got a banger for you today because we're going to be hauling this little 3,000-foot bowling ball over the Tehachapi Mountains and eventually maybe even up the Modesto sub in a few days. It's going to be a multi-part series, so it's going to take us a while to get up there. Either way, we're recreating the real-life train, the BNSF U-BIRPIT unit rolled steel train. And this thing is a little bowling ball. It's not the heaviest, right? Like, it's 6,092 tons, so 6,100 tons, but it's only 3,100 feet. So it's going to be all or nothing with this train. It's going to be all gas, no brakes, right? Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's hop in. We've got a lot going on with the railroad today. We've got tons of trains ahead of us. We've got a coal train out there running the same direction ahead of us, and we've got let's see, we've got like 3 or 4 meets. So at least if we get to them, we have to wait and see if we get to them. So anyway, let's get all this fired up. We need to figure out what our radio frequency is actually going to be here. 3213. Okay, that is what we need to talk to Otto. Let's go ahead and get Otto started. Go up here to dispatcher and engage Otto all routes. Also, someone left a comment in one of the last videos. I can't remember which one it was. They asked, how did I have cars at crossings? If they didn't have any cars at the crossings, you basically have to turn on the car spewers. If I can find it, it's in here somewhere, right? Like, it's kind of hidden, and if you didn't know it, you would probably miss it. But I know it's here. Mine are own. I know mine are own because I have cars at all the crossings. I'm just trying to remember exactly where it's at, right? It's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's at the very top of your graphics. Your graphics tab. You know, if you mouse up to the very top of your screen, you're going to get the little drop down menu, and you go to graphics, and it's going to be the very first one. It's called car spewers. It's not like, it's not very obvious exactly what that means, right? To like someone that's brand new to the game. So car spewers is going to do it for you. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to go. I done forgot. What do we got to call Otto at 3213. Let's do that. Let's dial him up really fast. Where's the radio at? Here we go. Channel 32. And we'll tone him up on 13. There we go. ETMF star 13. See what he has to say. See if he gets us a light so we can blast off out of here. Sometime today, Otto. It'd be great. There we go. It took him a second. Yeah, okay. Request signal. That is what we need. Let's go ahead and do the reverser forward, get the headlights going. There we go. All right, he got us a light. That was easy. That was super easy. So, like I said, this is a little bowling ball. Any grade you hit with this thing, you're going to know it. If you're going uphill, you're going to know it. If you're going down, and you're going to know it quick. So, you got to really be kind of like ahead of the game on this thing. Let's go ahead and release some brakes. They weren't drawn down a lot, but we're good. Yeah, we're good with that. Go ahead and release independent. Here are a few notches. I think it's relatively flat right here. I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, we're fine. So she's 50 cars, and she's a basically a 2x2 setup. Yeah, 2x2. 2 on the head end and 2 on the bottom. So there's much bigger trains out there that you could take over Tehachapi. You could take the behemoth earthworms, right? That are like 105 cars, 110 cars of grain with head end, mid, and rear end helpers. So yeah, there's heavier, but those trains are like what, 6,000-7,000 feet long, I think, maybe if not longer than that. So the challenge of this train is its length compared to its weight, right? It's stocky. This is a really robust train as far as how much tonnage you pack into a little bit of distance, right? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of tonnage in a little bit of distance. So, all right. So our track speed is 30 through here. It's been a while since we've been on the BNSF. Man, my throat, I swear, I've got a frog this morning. I can't get rid of it. Maybe I need a drink of my Coke. See if that'll help get my phlegm situated. I'll throw a little bit more. We're running the Run 8 Dash 9 on the head end, and I specifically picked this one because of this cab setup. This is kind of what I was used to seeing back in the day when I worked. We used to catch a lot of BNSF engines on run-through pigs, a lot of Dash 9s. It seemed like it was exclusively Dash 9s, just about, minus a few times. It was usually Dash 9s, and this was pretty much it. Like that was what the conductor side looked like. Like, these speedometers bring back a lot of memories. And pretty much on the engineer side the same way too. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, she's going like she, you know, for a 0.38% grade, she's going pretty good here. Yeah, she's got a little get up and go for this. Like, you know, 3 HPT is not bad. What's the minimum you can go over Tehachapi in game? Like 2.7, right? Like, I think you can make it at 2.7, maybe 2.6. Maybe 2.6, but like anything less than that, you're going to be struggling big time. You may struggle pretty bad at 2.6 too. You may wind up getting a knuckle doing that. It's been a while, and I haven't done it a lot. Back out with probably a little bit more here. So, we had a flashing yellow. I think that's kind of like an advanced approach back east. I need to pull that up, right? I need to pull that up so we can see what that means. We'll just kind of wing it for now. Now we got an approach. It's because it's that coal train ahead of us is what's going to be causing the problem. So we're both fairly heavy. The train ahead of us is a Barstow to Wasco coal job, so he's running 84 cars and probably about 2.7 HPT. So we got a little bit on him. Yeah, we've got a little bit on him. All right, now we got a straight approach. You do know what that means. Means we need to see about stopping up here. Over how far away that is, I'm really not sure how long this block is. You may see, oh, 0.6. Yeah, 0.6. What? 0.6 is a really short block. Just a half mile, right? just a hair over a half mile. Yeah, that's a super short block. Let's pull on her a little bit here. So, you know, you can pull on it with the brakes set up. It's absolutely fine. In fact, we can let go of this now. I think we're kind of good here. We just don't want a squatter, right? I mean, if we do, it's not the end of the world. You just start over again. Got a pretty nice little downhill right here too, honestly. Let's go into some dynamics. This is kind of a hairy spot, honestly, for like this train. Like coming around to a stop signal in this curve with a 0.8 downhill. Yeah, and like I said, we've got 6,000 tons and 3,000 feet of train. All right, there. That looks like that's our signal right here, maybe. No, that's the other track. Let's get on her really good. I really want to be proactive. Heading up to, all right, that's the next track over, it looks like. Still not ours. All right, it looks like we've got it clear now. Okay, you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's keep easing around there. Let's be double sure. I want to be doubly sure. Make sure we don't take the wrong signal, right? You could do that, and then you would have a bad day. You'd be going home for a little bit. Absolutely. You took the wrong signal. You would be going home for a little bit. I think we're good. Yeah, that's ours. Okay, we'll take it. Go ahead and come out of dynamic. Let her settle for a bit. So yeah, another another interesting train that you can run that can definitely test your skills and make you a better engineer, because you have to anticipate things a lot more with this train. You don't have as much to drape over the top of a grade, right? You know, that's the great thing about long trains, is that you got so much draped over either side. It kind of gives you a little time to, you know, get settled or get set up or whatever it is you're going to do when you transition that grade. But with a 3,000 foot train, there's like it's like I said, it's all gas, no brakes. You're going to know as soon as you start to crest that thing, she's going to go with you. So it's definitely a train you need to be on top of and to think ahead. Shouldn't have to worry too much like snapping the slack out of it and getting a knuckle. I wouldn't think. Only being 3,000 feet, she's not going to have like a lot of rubber band to her. But you could get one by pulling too many amps, right? Like if you're really slow speed and you've got your amps cranked up really high, you could definitely get one that way, that's for sure. It's so weird to me that there's not a light right here for this track. I guess the light behind us governed this. All right, let's just let her go for a bit. Like the grade's starting to level out a little bit there. Had a little slack run in when I came out of the power. She's definitely going to do it. See what she does. Yeah, it's starting to level out here, so we should be good here. So yeah, not only are we running this little bowling ball, but we could potentially have to run on some color behind that Wasco pull train. So it's going to keep us on our toes. And then we've got to meet. We've got to meet multiple trains. Now, I mean, really, if you think about it in real life, like neither one, this train is super short. And the Wasco train isn't very long either. So, I mean, they could potentially stack us in some sidings together to keep us, you know, moving together as like one fleet. But Otto isn't that smart, so that's like next level dispatching, and Otto is not capable of that with his half a brain cell that he has. It's fine. I'm not ragging on Otto. Otto's okay. He actually does really good for what you need. Open it up a little bit more. So I was saying in the last video, they caught my conductor napping. Right, we got on the engines when we're doing auto rack train. I hung the EOT, I got up on the head end, and I guess I kind of glanced over there when I was looking at the head end device, and he was over there nodding off. Yeah, that's par for the course, right? Par for the course. Typical conductor. All right, I think we're good now. Nice. Let's go take a peek at her real fast. Peek at her here. Pretty decent, even in the run 8 scheme. It's pretty decent. I like it. I dig the warp on it. There you go. It's a lot of roll still, guys. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of rolled steel. So it's out of Birmingham, Alabama to Pittsburgh, California. So it's up in the Bay Area. There's some kind of steel mill or something up there where they do some, I don't know, they do some kind of steel process up there, and they need I think they take steel slabs too. I think they take rolled steel and steel slabs. There's a few of these trains that go up there. The U-BIRPIT's one of them. I think that's pretty common. There's a gal pit, like I guess that's Galesburg, and I think there's a Kai pit that runs out of Kaiser down in San Bernardino. Kaiser Steel used to be a huge steel mill down there. I think they did away with the blast furnaces back years ago. So now I guess it's like a steel processing plant where they roll steel and stuff. But I read where they ran something from Kaiser up to Pittsburgh. So I don't know. I don't know much about that one, but it sounded interesting to me. I want to say, so Birmingham has a lot of steel manufacturing there, even today still, but way back in the day, when I was a conductor, I had a train once that was I'm trying to remember if it was steel, if it was rolled steel, or if it was a slab train. I can't remember for the life of me. But I remember it being some kind of unit steel train, and we took it to we took it to the BNSF in Birmingham, Alabama, and I want to say that train came out of Blunt Island, which is a port down in Jacksonville, Florida. And I think seems like I kind of vaguely remember that being import steel from Germany. For some reason, that's what I was thinking. That was imported from Germany. They put it on this train and they ran it up to BNSF in Birmingham. And I've always kind of wondered, like, I don't know for sure where it went after that, but I've always kind of wondered if it went to Pittsburgh in California. That could have very well been a U-BIRPIT after we took it up there, right? I mean, it sounds plausible to me. I don't know for certain. I don't know what they did with it after we gave it to them, but it seems like it was all Gons, though. I think it was Gons. It was something different, and I want to say we ran it as an X train. We, like a lot of those special moves, seem like we ran those as X trains. We did another one that was unit autos out of Blunt Island, so maybe, unless I've had a complete and total brain fart, it seems like I definitely remember having some kind of unit steel train. So either way, it's a pretty interesting op, right? Pretty interesting operation. That's what I'm all about. All right, we got us another flashing yeller. The great thing about these engines, even though they don't have the full displays, right, is it does tell you exactly like what your acceleration and deceleration is in miles. It's not the little dot. So that's pretty cool. This 55-mile-an-hour train, we can ease her on up there. I'm trying to be real careful with this thing as far as getting up there to the top speed, because I don't want her to take off on me and be like, getting up to 55, and then the next thing you know, she's doing 60. Okay, so we do have a flash in yellow. We would have to call that out on the BNSF, right? It's anything less than clear, but I don't want to call it because their way of calling just isn't very interesting. It's like the engine number and what you got. The BNSF is definitely not very rail fan friendly when it comes to calling signals. All right, yeah, flashing yellow. It didn't upgrade. We got up here. Can we see it? Yeah, we've got a approach up here. All right, let's go ahead. We're We're gonna grab some air with this thing. I'd rather take immediate action, right? Like, if you grab air, you get an immediate response. You know, we've already come out of this thing 2 or 3 notches, so we're in like number 5 or number 6. If we had just waited for dynamics, we would have had to come all the way out of that, set it up, wait, then go in, and by that time, we've already gone down the tracks a little ways, just waiting to even begin the dynamic process, right? So that's my thinking. I like using the air in some, you know, instances first thing because it's an immediate action. She is a little bowling ball. Holy crap. I can tell just by grabbing that air, like... Of course, we can come out of the throttle a little bit more too. That'll help. Now, number 2. Now that we've grabbed some air and she's actually doing something, like she's in the process of slowing down, you know, we could go ahead and see about, you know, initiating dynamics. Like, the train is doing something. It's in the process of actually doing something. So that's a good time to be like, hey, you know, we'll get into dynamics, and then, you know, if we need to, we can let go of the air or whatever, you know. But I just, with this train, I want her to be doing something, you know, pronto. Especially when we roll in 50+ mile an hour. This makes me feel better about it. It gives me a warm fuzzy when she's actually like starting to slow down. Got up here, yeah, we got to stop on the other end. So this is Hinkley. Across the desert on the Mojave sub. This is going to be a fun train, guys. I can tell already. Hopefully you don't have an accident. Hopefully we don't wind up having to pee in a cup before the day's over with. That's it. It's going to be a multi-part series. So it's probably going to take us many days worth of video to get over the railroad. Let's start gathering her up. Keep an eye on that light. Don't want to anticipate it too much and not get enough braking effort and then wind up getting by it. Yeah, she's fine now. It's just when she was rolling at 50, we grabbed, you know, I think we wound up with like 11 pounds or something like that. That she just, it's like, it took her a minute to decide to start really slowing down, you know, like it's a little bowling ball for sure. Still got to stop up here. All right, we're good. We'll just keep easing up there. We should be close to clearing the signal back there. Nice, yeah. Take another peek at her here. All right, back at it. I love unit steel trains. I think they're some of the coolest trains. Let's look at we still got a red. We still got a red, guys. I was kind of expecting it to upgrade. Yeah, I think we're good with the dynamics for now. We might kind of pull on her a little bit and then grab some air if we need to stop. Yeah, let's do that. Feel that bell? You can barely hear that thing. It's so quiet. You sir, our conductor still. He's got that seat way back though, so he's probably close to taking a nap on us. Probably. I knew some guys that were known for that, right? They're known for napping all the time. I never could. I never, like, I couldn't just intentionally nap. I never could. I just, like, I had to be awake and make sure and see what's going on, right? Like, because there's no guarantee that the other guy doesn't wind up napping too, you know, like. Yeah, we may have to peek. That trade totally misrouted, right? I think he did. I think that was the UP. The UP job there. Oh, we're going to meet someone. Yeah, we're going to meet someone here, guys. We peaked. We got the V Rick Burr coming up. Another Birmingham bound train. It's the auto rack train. That sucks. It's going to take him a hot minute to get up here too. So we're just going to have to do some editing now. If we just eased up here like half a mile an hour. We got 0.5 up, so we're good here. We got that helping us, right? This stretch of track from like Mojave to Barstow is the hardest track for me to get, like, terrain wise. There's nothing like crazy. I think there's one spot where there's a pretty decent drop off. Maybe is it going into maybe it's Sanborn or Bissell or somewhere over there. It seems like there's a drop off, a pretty good drop off down into the siding, but there's not really like a lot of or any exceptional grades on this. It's pretty consistent, like up and down. I'm hoping this is a short block between these two sidings. We're not the highest priority train too. We're only a 1. Right? It's 1 through 9. 9 being the highest priority. So if you have a Z9, that's the hottest of hot, right? We're just a lowly 1, and that is based off a true life symbol. So I was honestly kind of surprised when I saw that. I really kind of thought a unit steel train going to a large steel processing plant like Pittsburgh, I kind of thought it'd be middle of the road priority, right? I don't know how much steel they keep on hand up there, but get her seat back up. We really should save that. That's one of my, like, that's one of my things. I think the engineer view is like a little too far back. You should be kind of up on the console like this, right? Like next to the window. You might could go back a little bit there, like so, you know. Default position is like way back. It's like Like that. You should be up on it a little bit, at least in my mind. Just seems a little more natural like right here. All right, yeah, I guess we got to get some air. All right, I'm glad I changed that keybind the other day. That helps a lot. So I can be bailing and grab more air at the same time. It actually works out really nice. Okay, that's good. All right, I guess we'll sit here and wait. I'm kind of curious. Can we do full independent and hold this thing on a 0.5%? Yeah, I think it would do it, right? Like, I should totally do it. Let's do full independent. All right, let's let go of the air and see what she does. Oops, I didn't mean to set the air up. I need to let go of it. All right, we'll let her do her thing for a second, then we'll knock it off. Now let's see what she does. If she starts rolling on us, we can always grab a little more air. She's definitely not going to roll forward. If she goes anywhere, it's going to be backwards. Yeah, she's fine. She'll sit here just fine. If it was really steep, I would have just kept the air. All right, so anyway, we got to wait here a bit. I guess we'll catch up in a minute when that vehicle train gets here. All right, well, there's our meet. This is the Rick Burr. So it's a vehicle train going from Richmond to Birmingham. And I just noticed something when I was sitting here waiting. Something just dawned on me with this particular unit. This lead engine that we got is that we technically don't have a way to control the DPU back there. It's not low control equipped, right? Like there's no way to do it. Like it should at least have some kind of little box that allows us to do that, unless there's something that I'm just totally not aware of. But yeah, we don't have a way to control the DPU. It's a slight oversight on my part, right? I mean, the game is allowing you to do it anyway, but yeah, we technically don't have a way to do it. We'll still go with it. We do have a light too, so let's go ahead and... So we knocked our big brake off. We'll ease out the independent here. See what she does here. Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks, is that we don't have a way to split the DPU. If we needed to, we don't have a way to do that. So maybe a little bit of a challenge. I don't know. It's not like... We'll see. We'll just go with it and see. This is the only thing we can do. I mean, we could change the power up. I could pick the train back up, rebuild it, and put it back down, and we could have an appropriate leader. But I just really wanted to run with this unit on the head end, just because it's a different look, right? It's also interesting that on the ammeter here that there's no short time rating. Yeah, that's I don't know. It's interesting. We're going to say, yeah, 1200, you know, 12 to 1500 amps We should be fine either way. If the train is built right, we've got the HPT, it should be fine. All right, either way, let's blast off, guys. Let's get out of here. Yeah, it's 0.5% grade up. She's doing okay. Not too bad. I don't think the grades on this stretch are too extreme. Maybe at the most 1%. A little bit more. So if you're new to Run 8, quick tip. One of the biggest things that you need to learn to pay attention to is just your amps. You don't want your amps to get too high. Bad things happen when they do. That's mostly, like, you're going to see that mostly when you're, like, really slow. Really slow, pulling hard. If your amps get too high, you're going to get a knuckle. You're going to break in half. There we go. All right, so far, not a bad train. The only thing that I've noticed about her is when we're running between 50 and 55 and I got that 10 pounds of air, like, it just seems like it took it forever to slow down from 50 to 40. And that, like, from what I can remember, that's kind of true to life, right? Like, you would be on some trains and you would be rolling like crazy, and you know, your engineer would get some air, and it's like the first little bit you're sitting there like waiting, you know. You're like, is this thing gonna, like, is it gonna do anything or what? And that's just the air setting up, the brakes, you know, the brakes are warming up. It just takes it a minute, you know, before you finally start to feel it do something. But okay, now we're 0.5 downhill. He's on to roll pretty good. .6 down. Yeah, it looks like it starts to level out just up here a little bit, so we'll kind of see what it is. Yeah, it is. It's going to level out up here, and we'll be good. That's the great thing about this trade is, like, once you're off the grade, you're off it. There's no draping or a lot of train back behind you pushing you downhill still. Yeah, see, she's already, she decelerated like crazy. All right, let's get back in it. See, now we're right back uphill again. And it looks like we're fixing to change up again. Let's zoom in here and see what it looks like. Yeah. That's definitely a lot of up and down. Looks like there's a sag right there in front of us. Only thing is, with this short train, it doesn't work out the same as a long one going through a sag or over a knot. That is for sure. Yeah, she's going to run through this little dip here. All right, so we should have another meet at some point. We're just going to go to it until we see something other than a clear. We got a clear down there, so we're good on that. start backing out. So we're getting close to 55. Only speed restriction I can think of is going into Mojave, right? Like it drops to what, 40 and then 25 or something like that going into Mojave. There's something that goes on up there, I know that. Just railroading by the seat of our pants today, guys. Yeah, we'll just hang out right here. Like she's gonna drop off on us again. Yeah, she sure did. Man, that was a quick transition. And they're right back up. Back to number 8. Had a little slack run in. That's another thing that's so tough about this stretch is that it transitions so quick. Like we were at 0.3 up to 0.3 down in just like a few car lengths. You can see it, like you can see the view changing. It's not very gradual. This is the OG route too, right? So, I mean, we can't forget that. Things have changed a lot since this very first one. All right, another clear, so we may be good to go for a bit here. Went 7.5 up, so a decent little grade here, but she's handling it just fine. She's handling it better than what I thought she would. And she is 0.3 HPT, so I'm used to running those CSX trains on the southeast so much here lately, right? All these videos that we've done and those things, like you're doing good if you have more than 1 HPT. Completely different operating philosophy, but then again, like they need this on this route. So I think going over Tehachapi, the limit's 2.7, somewhere in there. Looking forward to getting this train into the Central Valley. That's going to be fun. High speed running. More road crossings. Start backing out. We're right on top of 55 and it's just like starting to transition downhill a little bit here.
BNSF detector milepost 766.0.
And knowing your territory definitely helps a lot. Like that's key to it. The more you know your territory, the better you're going to get at it. The more, like, you know, you can look at the most basic form of knowing your territory is knowing the major grades. Like, what I know, the most basic form of knowing this territory is the fact that I know that there's Tehachapi a mountain ahead of us and it's going to be a hard climb up and a steep grade down. Like, that's the most basic, all right? If you refine it a little bit more from that, you get a little bit more familiar with it, then you're like, okay, I know that it climbs from Mojave up to Oh, what is that place called? Cameron. Really steep, right? Is really the steepest part is from Mojave to Cameron. Then it kind of levels out a little bit. You run a little faster, and then you climb again up to Summit. So, you know, that's kind of...
Detector, milepost 766.0. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 224. Train speed 52 mph.
Okay, there we go.
Ambient temperature 85 degrees. Out.
We good, we good. So yeah, my point is, like, you learn the basics of your terrain, and then you refine it more and more from there as you get more familiar with it, right? Like, you may say, oh, okay, yeah, we got a steep climb from Mojave to Cameron, and then it levels out, and then it picks back up through Monolith again, up to Summit, and then, you know, and then if you refine it more, you may say, hey, there's a drop off into Bissell or whatever that place is called. You know, there's a pretty good drop off down in there. So you start picking up more and more of the details as far as like what the lay of the land is. And if you have, like, if you could get a grade profile in front of you, that would be really good to have, especially like on a second monitor. I don't have one. I don't practice what I preach, right? But because Spur's too lazy, I didn't take the time. But if you could have a profile in front of you and you look at it, you say, okay, we're fixing to run between these two sidings, look at the grade, and then think of it through your head. Hey, okay, we got it up, we got it down, you know, whatever the case may be. Take it in sections, you know. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the West Coast stuff just because I don't run it a lot. If you ran it pretty regular, you would learn it. So far, so good, though. We've kept her upright. You can't complain about that. My thing is just trying to keep her own speed within reason. I'll take a few mile an hour over, you know, three, pretty cool. That 3 ain't a big deal. 5 over is starting to get a little bit excessive, like, to me. All right, we got... Is that a straight approach or is that something else? I can't tell. It looks like a double yellow. Yeah, that kind of looks like a double yellow. Let's start backing out a little bit here. Yeah, it is a double yellow. Okay. So I'm wondering, I can't remember what a double yellow is off the top of my head. Maybe we're going in a hole somewhere. That's going to be my assumption, is that we're getting ready to make a meet. We've definitely got a meet out there, and right about now is the time to do it. I really should prepare better for this. I should have I should get a profile out and get the signals. That would help a lot. If you really want to do it right, you should do that. We're in here. Yeah, we're still at number 3. Yeah, I'm definitely being a little ginger with it. A little gingerly with it. Trying to anticipate what exactly we're going to be doing. 40 and 2.3, so we're going in the hole. All right. All right, we'll kind of hang out right here. All right, so we have a meet. Nice, another one. Forward to see who it is. We got a little separation from that coal train, unfortunately. Like, I was kind of hoping we'd run together, right? You just lead us together and be done with us, but that didn't work out. So we got a little separation, got a good bit of separation, honestly, like making that meet back there. This is a good running train. I enjoy it. I said 2x2 configuration, 50 cars. I think 50 was pretty much standard for the steel trains over Tehachapi. I want to say I read that on train orders. They said it was 50 cars. Yeah, we're going in. So yeah, it's cool. We can, unless that switch, like if you look at the timetable, it may have a speed on it other than 40 miles. Like the signal's telling us to take it at 40, right? But she may, that switch could be like a 35, you know, a 30 mile an hour turnout instead of a 40 mile an hour man, I can't talk. Instead of a 40 mile per hour turnout. There, I got it out. So I don't know off the top of my head. It could very well be good for 40. The thing is that we're going to be taking an approach at 40 mile an hour on a steel slab train or a steel train, and eventually having to stop. That guy should be in the clear though. I don't understand why we don't have a light out. You have to peek. Let's see. Let's peek at it. No, he's still hanging out. Okay. Man, that's a big train. It's a pass bar. Pasco Barstow slot freight. Okay, we slowed her up to 30. I feel better going in here at 30 with us having to stop up here. Which technically, if he's just hanging out over the switch a little bit, we'll clear up pretty quick. He should start pulling before we ever get stopped, and hopefully we can just get a light out of here. What is this place? Where are we at? Jim Gray. Okay. Seems like I don't ever remember that saying like East Jim Gray or West Jim Gray. I wonder if that's changed. Or what are we doing? Going at 3, okay. Just heard someone EOT. Someone's EOT was chirping. Was it ours? What was? No. All those plastic pellets on the head end. That's cool. I like plastic pellet hoppers. All right, well, we'll keep easing around here. We may end it right here, guys. Maybe a good time to end it. I don't know. We might could go a little further. What do we got? Yeah, we do have. Oh yeah, that Wasco trade has left us behind. He's two, like 3 sidings ahead of us. Got a we got a Z train to meet. I don't know how quick we can get to him in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, we may just end this here. We may just pick up with the next video. Oh, we got to clear out. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we're just now clearing up back there. It shows him. I guess he was just clearing up as we were knocking that signal down, right? Like he's fit now, so he was just hanging out over it a little bit, and he cleared up by the time we rolled around there. Sweet. Man, he's got a lot of tanks too, right? Holy crap, that's a lot of tanks. Yeah, he does. All right, well, we got to clear out. We'll just keep easing up there. Next video, I'll pull out the signal sheet and the profile. I really wish I had hard copies of that stuff. Like a hard copy of that would be really, really nice. You know, because I like to keep an eye on OBS, make sure she's not doing weird things, and you know, I don't have enough, like I need more screens. I saw someone post a picture of their setup on X the other day. They had like 9 monitors. It was insane. It was insane how many monitors they had. Miss Spur asked me, she's like, what would you think if you had that set up? And I was like, honestly, that's a little too much, right? It's like an Iron Man station or something with all those screens in front of you. I'm like, I don't need that many. Like one more, maybe? What? I think definitely one more would be nice. Maybe 2 at the most, but like 9 screens? Like how could you even keep track of 9 different monitors? All right, fastbar looks good. Parker's working. Yeah, how could you even begin to keep up with 9 monitors? Like that really blows my mind. I don't like, it's too much. It's too much information to process, right? Like it really just is. I just need, like, I need a way to like look at OBS and you know, maybe Epidemic, you know, when I'm streaming and some chat, stuff like that. Like I'm going to start multi-streaming. I'm getting set up for that. I'm in the process of doing that now. So, you know, keeping track of all that stuff, a way to aggregate all the chats together into one is the biggest thing that I need to work on right now. Like I got to get that figured out. But otherwise, like, yeah, I think 1, maybe 2 at the most, but definitely not 9. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this one right here. We'll pick up with the next video at some point, maybe next week. Love all of you. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the rails next time. Peace. No, big cat, no. Oh, no, kitty. Oh, that's a MiG. That's a MiG over us. Okay. It's the weirdest day ever. Oh no, he just fell. He just fell.